Hey you guys, it's time for September 2015 Class Wars Preliminaries. I'm potted up to just shy of 4 million BR. That's with Nutella as my main sylph, have an Athena on the kid, and then my sylph troops are Wind and Water. Of course, I could use Goddess of Prosperity and Poseidon, which I have, but they're pretty much the same BR as my Medusa and Triton, since I don't have any advanced Sepulchrum in them. And my Medusa and Triton are the ones with the better support skills, so I tend to use those as troops. Things start out pretty straightforward, I think. It used to be once in a while I would get a really tough matchup in the first like 5 fights, which always seemed a little bit weird to me. But lately I haven't been getting as much of that. Does that say Congregate 150? Oh no, maybe it's 15S. Okay, I'm looking at a very small screen, so maybe I just can't read. Kong doesn't have that many servers. So she's saying, yeah, I made it into the video, which she did. My friends find that very strange when people seem happy to see me because, AT will always say to me, if I see you, I just want you to strip all your gear. So maybe other people are more friendly than my own buddies, my own guildies. Here's Jesus Mage, Mago Jesus. Oh, and his kid is Judas. I wonder if all of his kids have biblical names. I know people have already been commenting about how the sacred golden tree, some sort of tree that they, ripped off of League of Angels, which probably ripped it off of some other game. It does have Loki and Freya seals. And I am really looking forward to that. I have a bunch of, I converted a bunch of those voodoo hammers into magic wands, and so I do have like over 500 of them that I can use there. So I'll definitely record doing the sacred tree and everything. Obviously no guarantee that I'll get one, but if I do get one, I won't be using it at Class Wars Finals. I need to wait for events for Sepulchrum and for some more upgrade materials before those sylphs are ready. So hoping for a seal, but probably not usable at least for a few more days. So for Class Wars Finals, it is going to be one of my regular sylphs. Maybe I'll just use Dark. I don't know. The resistances seem to not do as much lately. Or if not, then I could probably go Fire or something like that. It's a colorful outfit. I haven't seen that one in a while. I think it's the Bleak one. There's some interesting troops, so that might be just a BR choice. Poseidon got very popular lately. I think it's going to maybe wane in popularity a little bit, especially after these merge sylphs become marginally more accessible. It is possible to get it for free using the hammers from Cloud Adventures, but that's going to be, if you can get a merge sylph that way, you're very lucky. So I have a Chaos on me, but since my kid is dead, not too much worry there. He's perfect. Probably the highest BR person I've seen so far. Oh, and I get the stun. When I don't know what Perfect's stun is at, but for the most part, I think that if stun levels are even, that the rate is probably 50-50. And here I'm using Panda. I don't really like having the kid around for class wars. To me, it's just bulky, it just gets in the way. But at least for prelims, I have to bring him for the BR. Pretty standard play here. We both have the same setup. Well, she has Goddess Prosperity. But not too much competition just because of huge BR advantage. Dumb on my part at least, because I saw that Guardian rune and just went ahead and Delphic anyway. But that's it. Here's my first fight against Lala. She brings an Amnesia. I get a stun on the kid, and hers, I think it hits me, but it fails. Yeah, it must have hit me, because the kid would have taken quite a bit of damage had it hit him. Oh, I didn't even realize when I was fighting her that her Odin is red now. Did not know that. It just barely didn't kill the kid and it gets a heal in. Oh, and there's a stun. So here I was pretty much like, okay, well, ready to die. But managed to stay in there for a while. So there's a steal, so I can't Sylph. Luckily she doesn't have like 2 Medusas or something. Gonna heal rune out and into Sylph mode. The Delphic actually hits me first. So Triton is going to give me a shield first, which is very important. Luckily she already used her AoE Delphic, which ends up helping me a lot. I have the Snowflake on, so that's going to absorb a lot of damage for me. So the Delphic hits me, but doesn't deal any damage. Breaks through the Snowflake though. Here I get my Delphic out, I'm down to 12k health. Get the AoE, I'm very lucky I didn't get deflected there. Oh, and then Triton gets a heal on me. Her Thunderer does hit me, so had that heal not gotten to me in time, I would have been dead before my troops. But here I just managed to eke her out. The Amnesia's on, I decide to stay in stealth mode to see if I can't get a couple more hits in, even though I've got the Amnesia. Her Triton's Snowflake is on her, so I'm not dealing much now, so kind of defeats the purpose of staying in Sylph mode for this long. Luckily, because I have Medusa going, I think it took a little bit longer for her to get into Sylph mode. Last 15 seconds of the fight. Back to full health, which is very nice. And very important for me right now. Get the Guardian rune out. And I got it. So I managed to stay in Sylph mode the whole time, thankfully, because of Medusa and the passives I had, and somehow, miraculously, I win on damage dealt. I have no clue in the world how I won that fight. Even the fact that we went to time, I'm very surprised, because she got that Delphic out and killed my kid with a huge damage increase. So I'm not totally sure how that worked out, but yeah. Anyway, I eked out a win. It was a very nice fight. And yeah, so under normal conditions, there's no way I would have beaten Lala in that situation. If we had been in a battleground, zero chance that I would have won. Unless, you know, I'd stunned her for, you know, several turns for the entire fight, pretty much. If she'd been sitting there AFK, maybe. But, at least in this situation, somehow I managed to eke out a win. Say a little hello to my buddy Solara. He is definitely a contender for top 3. Maybe to win tomorrow. I think Ray is still easily the favorite though. Just super scary stats. I don't know. You know, I can pump up my win resistance all I want for Ray. I'm not sure it's really going to do much. More standard play here because Solar doesn't get a stun on me or anything like that, so I get into Sylph mode with him. Managed to take out the kids. Death Harvest, and the Delphic are enough, but just barely. My Guardian Rune seems to be behaving. I hope it sticks around for finals. So he's out of awakening points. I don't have a ton, and I don't have my Medusa anymore, so it's not like I recovered that many. He does get a stun on me while I'm in Sylph mode, so I can't do too much more now. That's sort of bad news. This is really dumb Centauri on my part. If I really wanted to heal that badly, I don't know why I didn't just use my heal rune. I don't know why I wasted a full turn on a heal skill right now. If anything, I should just be dealing damage. So, to me, that's not a good gameplay. So I get him with a Thunder, so at least he has a little bit of a slow on him, so hopefully I can catch up and get into Sylph mode. And then I get the stun, and that is very helpful. Because he can't do much until I finally have enough awakening points. I do manage to catch up, but there's only 5 seconds left. Get the Guardian just in case. And hopefully a Death's Harvest, not a Death's Harvest, a Devil's Gaze. I do get it out, and I had more health and everything, but I failed anyway. So, he clearly got more damage dealt, or I don't know, something. He did something more of, or less of, I'm not sure, but something to give him the advantage there. There's Ariel. Took a loss, so maybe Ariel is also at 1 loss. I'm not totally sure. I used to always think I knew how the pairing system worked, and now I just consider it sort of a crapshoot. Oh, gets the stun. I'm always a little iffy about stun timing, whether or not the early stun, the first initial stun is worth it, but it does take only 30 seconds to recover, so you can get another one in right around when the Sylphs go out, so like right now. In finals, you'll see a lot more people go in with 2 Medusas, or 2 wind troops, maybe even 3, and so it's much harder to justify waiting to Sylph, but if they only have 1 Medusa, it's actually not too bad. Are the troops dead right now and just standing, or do they both just have like 1 HP? Oh, clearly both just have very, very little HP. Ariel's looking relatively sturdy. Maybe she made some nice BR improvements through Holy Forge or something. Oh well, okay, that actually hit for a lot. Maybe I underestimated things from the Delphic. She used to be a little bit more competitive with my stats and stuff. She did throw a bleed rune. I don't think that's a bad idea, but maybe just not a great idea against me at the moment. Also, just hard to give up. I mean, your options are give up heal or give up Guardian for something else, and sometimes, at least for me, it's very difficult to give up either of those. Here's my second fight against Lala. I for sure thought that in this case I was just going to end up losing because, I mean, I was on the brink of death last time. She has a dark pet on her kid, which I'm not sure is... Maybe she just does it for the BR? I'm not sure a dark Sylph on the kid is super necessary. At least in finals, I would never do that. Whatever Sylph you put on your kid is what the kid's element is. Get the stun on her kid again, not that it's really doing much. That is the one thing about having the kid that's really nice in finals, is that there's only a 50% chance of getting hit with the ice bolt. But yeah, I don't enjoy bringing Panda to Class Wars. I think this time around both of us are just waiting a little bit, because last time I think my guess is she probably feels like she lost last time because she didn't wait, and because I Sylph second. But I got her health pretty low and just decided to go ahead and Sylph, and she follows. Just use a single target attack, and then start thinking about, well, protecting myself, because I know how much that Odin is going to hit me for. And then go ahead and lead with Death's Harvest, the AoEs and stuff. Hopefully the Delphic takes out those troops. That's what I'm hoping for. Oh, why'd I go with Devil's Gaze? So was that an error? Oh, maybe I was worried about her little snowflake thing. No, that doesn't make sense. Not totally sure. Never said there was a rhyme or reason to everything I do. Very worried here, but end up proccing an illusion, so Delphic only does 2 crit. Get a big heal, 1.08 million crit heal. So I'm not that far behind her in the race to get back into Sylph mode. But anyway, all out of time, and I managed to win. No idea. It just doesn't even make sense to me that I can beat her on damage dealt, but anyway, I do, and it's fine. Again, only works under Class Wars restrictions. Here's Zilphia. I didn't look that carefully at the standings. Oh, I forgot to put that picture at the end, but I will show all the rankings and stuff at the end of the video. I think Zilphia is always sort of close to Warlord's Hall. I don't know quite if she made it this time around. I go with all heals on Panda, but I'm not totally sure if that's like the wisest idea. Just realizing I really take my sweet time getting into Sylph mode during prelims. Probably cannot be that blasé during finals. And here's Ray. I also fight Ray twice. She's using her red Wind Sylph, which I wasn't that surprised to see during prelims. And she says hi. Of course, I'm very chatty, so usually, well, in finals, I might say hi at most, but in prelims, I don't really care. I'll just talk. Both getting a Centauria out because, well, she doesn't have a mage kid, and mine died too soon. She's dealing so much damage. I even tell her that she's just like hitting way too hard. Her magical attack is so horrifying. Whenever I see rankings, it's extra horrifying because she has a Hercules on or a Zeus, some sort of attack pet, and so she'll have like over 340k magical attack. And I think with Medusa, Goddess of Prosperity on, she's probably like 330k something magical attack. To put that in perspective, I have like 315k. That's unbuffed, so like if I show you my BR and stuff, my stats and things after this, it'll be higher than that, but still just totally mortifying. I mean, look at, oh god. My wind resistance is not great here. You know, I did spread things out and add in a little wind water resistance because I thought if she was going to bring that Frigga in the back as her main sylph, that I would need that I would want to see how it holds up if I have some water resistance. So that didn't work out very well. I only have like 3 wind resistance crystals in. But that's okay. And there I go. That Frigga was so mean, it puts on a group snowflake, so it's an ice shield for the entire team, and that's very, very bad news because it protects the Sylph troops a lot. A lot, so don't know quite how to deal with that. I got Ray a second time, maybe because, well, I'm not undefeated actually. I have 1 loss against Solara and 1 loss against her. So I'm not totally sure why I got her again. I think there might be somebody else who has a more similar record to her. But I'm pretty sure that Ray went undefeated in preliminaries. I highly doubt anybody was able to beat her in the condition she's in. Unless Lala just didn't have nearly as much dark resistance and had like 3 wind experts for prelims for whatever reason. Maybe she could have done it. But I already know for a fact Chili and Solara didn't beat her in prelims. I think I was talking to Chili and Solara after preliminaries, and we were both like, yeah, we both lost to Ray twice, and got wrecked both times, and we were just joking around and saying that it's actually not as bad in finals because in finals there's no way that we can get her a second time. So yeah, that's pretty much how it feels to fight Ray right now. I'm not sure that stacking up a ton of wind resistance against her is really going to work. That could definitely work before patch 5.0, but now resistances work so differently that I'm not really sure it's going to do anything. So we'll see. I mean, I can try, but I don't know if it's going to work. There's Plunderella. She's from the same server as my buddy Darkhawk Mage, so at least a little bit familiar. Been a little bit underwhelmed by the Night Kids that a lot of mages bring. This is a bad example just because I have a huge BR advantage over her, but even I think most of the top mages have given up trying to use a Night Kid. No, Morden had one before he moved over to the other crossover section, but I've not seen one in action that I really like. The Archer, not bad, but I think the new Archer, the male Archer, what's it called? I think a Ranger, looks very interesting. But at least the normal Archer, so-so. I like it in Kid Arena quite a bit, but, I mean, liking something for Kid Arena is sort of like, I don't know, not the most interesting thing in the world. So last fight, I'm gonna get DHR. I think DHR ended up just below me in the BR rankings, but I have a feeling that his dark resistance might be a little bit iffy this time around. He's taking quite a bit of damage, so either that or his physical defense is, well, no, that doesn't make, one of his defenses might be low. Might just be his survival stats. It's actually pretty difficult to kill the kids before getting into Sylph mode. You have to kind of get lucky. Everything needs to sort of work out. Because most of these kids can stand up pretty well. Yeah, I feel like it must be his dark resistance is low, because it seems like his tune is growing lately. But his troops took a lot of damage too, which is a big sign that that he doesn't have much resistance against my Sylph. Well, and that's that. I guess after 2 losses to Ray, they were a little bit forgiving and gave me a couple easier fights. Just showing my stats a little bit and my resistances, how I set up my crystals. So again, 3 of the oh wait, was it 4? Well, whatever it is, I'm at 8.5k water resistance and 11k wind resistance. So I'm gonna need like twice that in wind resistance to do anything against Ray. So here are my server's finalists. And my buddy Bwin made it into the finals, so I'm very happy about that. And in a second, just show the rankings. So Lala in first as far as BR goes. I'm sure that Ray got first in prelims though. But yeah, I'm actually 6th in BR here. I don't know how Asher eked ahead of me. Usually I end up 5th in BR. I asked Asher where he got all that BR, and he said it was Sylph gear refinements, but I don't know. I had some pretty nice Sylph gear refinements, and my BR does not look like that. So I'm not totally sure. Maybe he did it for the gear on his Sylph troops as well, which I didn't do, so not totally sure there. But as far as the rest of it goes, I mean, wagers, I think, you know, it's the usual stuff. Asher said he's not doing totally great dimensions, so I think it's between Ray, Chilimax, Solara, myself. Some rumors were going around that Lala isn't going to show up, but I'm not totally sure about that. You know, I don't trust the rumor mill, so you know, there's always a possibility that she's going to be there anyway, and so yeah, that might mess up wagers a little bit, but you know, good luck you guys, take care, and have a very good day.